Okay, hello, my name is Chris Shelton, and here Cooking with Chris, I thought it'd be really important to talk about something that's really important. That is how to sharpen your knife. Why is this so important? Number one, for the longevity of the knives that you've purchased. If you bought a set of really good butcher knives, they probably cost you a small penny. So we want to preserve the quality and the longevity of the knife, number one. Number two, we want to make sure that if the knife is sharp, it's actually better to cut yourself with a sharp knife as opposed to a dull knife, because if you cut yourself with a dull knife, well, guess what? It's going to hurt more, number one, and it's going to take longer to heal. So safety first. I'm always about safety first, and that is, believe it or not, having the sharp knife is a lot better than and a lot safer than having a dull knife. It's like riding on a motorcycle. You can't stay on the motorcycle and go at a low speed without maybe dropping the bike, right? You want to have momentum. So sharp knife is best. The other thing too is carpal tunnel. I used to be a butcher. I was a butcher for 21 years and a meat manager, and we would see guys with developing carpal tunnel because they didn't know how to sharpen their knives properly, and as a result of that, there's too much strain on the wrist, so carpal tunnel as well as tennis elbow would be created. So this is a short little video to go with our Cooking with Chris series on the Chris Shelton Qigong YouTube channel, so please subscribe in order to help us understand what is the best way to sharpen our knives. So I have here a three-way stone. This is a conventional stone. This is actually a stone from when I was a butcher that was given to me before I retired. Great parting gift. Some people get golden Rolex watches. I get a stone. Okay. Okay, so there's three sides to the stone. This is the coarse stone, and I only normally recommend, or I use the coarse stone if I have a knife that's really in bad shape, I mean really dull, and I need to really straighten up the fine edge on there, then I'll use the coarse stone. But normally I recommend starting off with the medium stone, which is what we have right here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to finish off with the fine stone, and this is going to help to straighten up the blade. And then finally what's going to happen is that then we're going to use the steel, and this is probably one of my favorite steels to use, in order to keep the edge of the blade nice and straight. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to put on my oil. So you could actually use, I'm using a lubricating oil. The butcher shop, we used to use mineral oil. I'm going to wash these knives after I'm done anyway, so I'm just using this as a lubricant. I want to spread the oil evenly. Okay. Now with a bigger knife, the angle for which I'm going to be cutting or sharpening has to be not too low and not too steep. If you could kind of see some of the little fine lines on there, kind of shows you over time, because I've had these knives for a long time, just the kind of angle that I'm going with. That's number one. Number two, what's going to happen is that we're going to go ahead and go from one edge of the stone to the next. So we want to make sure we use the full edge, the full stone. That helps with the longevity of the stone, so we don't have to replace it, because if you only focus on one area, then it's going to wear down that one area. Now, safety-wise too, I'm going to place my fingers at the very edge here, and the reason for this is that if I do slip, which I do slip, I don't cut off my fingers. My hand just slides right over the top of the blade. Okay, so what I'm aiming for myself, because like I said, the sharper the knife is, the safer it is, I want to be able to shave myself with this knife. So I'm going to run this thing through. We're going to start off with this medium stone, and notice my angle is not too steep. I'm using the full length of the stone. It's not too steep of an angle, and it's not too shallow of an angle as well too, okay? Okay, now let's try the smaller knife. Okay, so now I'm using the smaller steak knife here, and you're going to notice that my angle, still my fingers are at the tip of the blade at the very back end, so if I slip, my hand will just go right over the top. All right, so I'm going to go not too steep at an angle. This one I'm going to actually kind of lay down a little bit more. And I'm using the full length of the stone. See how I almost slipped there. Okay, so a few runs here, and then I'm going to flip it over to the fine stone. She's so fine. Just kidding, let's stick to my day job. But healing people.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is the fine stone, so it's going to have a different sound. So let's see, the sound's a little bit different. This actually could be a really cool ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
So again, using the full length of the stone. So the White House Chef Rush, my good friend Andre Rush, you should check out his cooking channel as well too. He should be proud of me for demonstrating how to sharpen your knives properly. He has some pretty sharp knives. All right, so I'm going to now go with the smaller one.
Fast.
Yeah, see, the smaller one's easier to go faster. And even if you had a knife, because I've sharpened machetes on this stone as well too, that are really long. So you could sharpen bigger knives as well too. And if anybody's asking why in the hell, or what the hell am I doing with a machete, my family's from Panama, and my grandmother had a machete from Panama that she had me sharpen. And so instead of cutting out things or cutting through shrub in the jungle, she actually was quite feisty and would use it for self-defense. Anyways. Moving on. Okay, so now what's going to happen is that I want to be able to use my steel in order to straighten up the edges. So same thing too, I'm not going too steep of an angle. I'm getting it closer to the angle of the steel itself. And this is considered a medium size or medium coarseness of a steel. They have some steels that have diamond dust on it. They're supposed to be really good, especially if you don't know how to sharpen your knives. So the ones with diamond dust are actually really good to help you sharpen your knives. So this one doesn't have diamond dust on it. Nor am I a diamond in the rough. Okay, so let's see. So I did this. All right, I'm going to check to see how sharp it is. All right, so I'm going to test out to see how sharp my knife is. So here I got a piece of printer paper, and
Ooh.
Okay, pretty sharp, razor sharp. All right, so you don't mess with me, huh? What's the matter with you? All right, so anyways, a sharp knife is safer than having a dull knife.
Do it again.
Do it again. A little ASMR.
ASMR.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
ASMR, ASMR.
We're having paper for dinner. Oh, cool.
Okay, check that out, Chef Andre Rush. Anyways, all right, so there you go. This is a quick tutorial of the importance of how to sharpen your knives, as well as how to sharpen a knife and what the purpose of a three-way stone is, as well as what is the purpose of a steel. Remember, it's always best to have sharp knives as your arsenal when you're cooking, because I love cooking. And whether you're cutting up meat or if I'm using these knives to cut up and dice vegetables, it's better and safer to have a sharp knife. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Chris Shelton Qigong. And you can also go to sheltonqigong.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Every week we send out a bulletin on some health-related topic or some tip that's going to help to empower you to be the best person that you could possibly be, whether it's sharpening your knives or learning some Qigong for emotional wellness. So I'm Chris Shelton, signing off from a beautiful day in Los Angeles, California, the heart of Hollywood. Until next time, I will Qi you later.